Well, now we're on the farm where Yarnick's farm started. This is where I grew up as a little boy. We started as dairy farmers. My dad also ran a lumber company, a lumber business, logging operation. He'd work all day at the logging operation and work all night at the farm. And I started as a little boy feeding the cows, milking the cows, and then how Yarnick's vegetable farm came about was in 1981. We were shipping milk to United Dairy Farmers in Pittsburgh, and they went bankrupt. So I worked for 6 months and never got paid. So then we went with another dairy, either Dairy Lee or Menzie, and they went bankrupt. So I told my dad, I said, let's do something different. I'm tired of working for nothing. So he and I went partnership on a red Angus beef herd. And I started raising beef. And then I decided I've been researching greenhouse tomatoes and growing greenhouses. Anytime we'd go for a trip with my dad, we'd go to buy plants for the garden. I loved the greenhouses. So I started building tomato greenhouses. I started into hydroponics in 1981, and it has progressed from there. My dad was getting older. He was getting rheumatoid arthritis, and he didn't want any part of it. So I'm actually the originator of Yarnick's farm and greenhouse. And we started 81, and every year when I'd make 5 cents, I would build another one and build another one. And now we have 26 greenhouses and a beautiful farm market. And I'm kind of self-taught vegetable farmer and greenhouse farmer, but we've survived this long, and we try to give you the best product possible. Also, our beef, a lot of people don't know me for beef, but we raise grain-fed Angus, no steroids, no antibiotics, just really good food with really good alfalfa hay, and they're on grass till they get off their mamas. And then we like to marble the meat with grain, and they're very delicious. They melt in your mouth. My dad always said if they're not eating, they're not growing, so they get all they can eat, and they're young, tender, and flavorful. But that's how we got started, and we're still at it. I'm 66 years old and still trying, so come see us. Well, now we're at some of our heirloom greenhouses, and we're going to pick a beautiful pink heirloom, although it's not quite ready to eat because we'd picked a bunch here yesterday. But the point I like to make is we grow tomatoes for flavor. When you come here, I've been growing for 41 years, and I want you to go home and eat that tomato and say, wow, I didn't know a greenhouse tomato would taste like this, because most of Canada greenhouse tomatoes are bland. They don't have much flavor. But we've tested varieties for 40 years, and this one actually is my favorite. It's called Pink Brandy Master. It's been a fabulous eating tomato and makes a great sandwich or whatever. So I think you'd enjoy every tomato you get from this farm. You'll see we'll be traveling around the farm, and you'll see a lot of the products we are picking and growing, and things that are going to be ready to pick, and sweet corn's coming in tassel, and so a lot of good things here, and we sure appreciate you coming to see us. Here's some future plants. Here's some beautiful lettuce plants. We'll grow a lot of lettuce for our farm and for a lot of restaurants close to Indiana, and we plant every week, so we try to put them outside, get them hardened, ready to plant. Here we got seedless cucumbers, and of course by the 1st of June the reason we have seedless cucumbers is, as I can pick one off, is because of the greenhouse. And here at Yarnick's farm we do use many techniques to get early vegetables. We go out in the field and we cover with this big floating row cover. It's not just like we go out and plant the seed and then don't worry about it and we go pick it. We got a lot of things to do to keep it living, and that's there's so much work that goes into it because of frost, flooding. It's a constant challenge. But anyway, here's a big beautiful cucumber. It should have been picked a day or two ago, but no seeds, so it'll be good eating. We're standing in another greenhouse here, and you know, you'd probably say, why am I growing all these tomatoes in the greenhouse? Because I want to get them early. A greenhouse enables you to pick fruit, to grow fruit when you can't plant outside. So otherwise you'd be picking this tomato in August that we're picking now. And I love greenhouse growing. It's just, the deer aren't eating it, the groundhogs, it's just fun. A little more controlled environment. Now we're gonna pick a big, again, it's not super ripe yet, but it will be in a day or so. This is a big beefsteak heirloom. I mean, they get huge, and this variety will make 2-3 pound tomatoes. It'll cover your sandwich, I guarantee it. Here we go, we're gonna pick another one. Let's try this one. Now we're into the more heirlooms. This is the black crim. This one needs to ripen a little more too, but we have these all available at our farm and they're delicious. Mixed tomato salad. We're standing in a beautiful field of a couple acres of German red garlic. It's getting close. I've been eating it already. I love homegrown garlic because most of the garlic in the grocery stores are from China. So I like Pennsylvania garlic. Support fresh and local. You'll be so happy. The flavor, the nutrition. The farmers need it too. It's a tough season. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can yank one. Ta-da! He didn't want to come out. He knows what's going to happen. He's going to get ate. It's not quite ready yet. It gets bigger, but it's fun to eat this way too. We're picking fresh zucchini already here, 1st of June. Most gardeners just planted. We use a floating row cover to get them early so we can keep things fresh here. We like them fresh at Yarnick's. We're out in the sweet corn patch. It's looking pretty well. This is just one of the farms we have. We probably have 80 acres of sweet corn in. This corn was grown on clear plastic. Then it was also covered with a big 50 by 1,000 foot row cover. So we get a lot of money invested to get it early. We like to have sweet corn by the 4th. This corn is going into tassel. The tassels are right here. So it should be ready by the 4th or the end of June. And this is also an extra tender super sweet, which is a later variety of corn. Since we cover it early, we get a better tasting corn on our first variety that you're eating. So a bigger ear, and so it's growing well, and we got some rain the other day, so it's going to be ready, and it's everybody's favorite. It's my favorite, but nothing beats local corn. That's shipped in corn. They can have it.
Got a job on Yarnick's farm, just a garden and a barn, picking fruits and vegetables all day. But when all my work is through, then I'm craving more for you. Listen, dear, to what I've got to say. When I'm picking the beets, dear, that's when my heart beats for you. When I'm picking blueberries, that's when I feel blue for you. When I'm picking those onions, that's the only time I cry for you. But when banana skins are falling, I'll come sliding back to